Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video from Thomas and it's titled Chomsky, Trump is a danger to the human species. You guys, I'm super excited for this, and without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
If Trump is in office?
Yes, sir.
Well, first we have to ask whether he means what he's saying. I don't know him, I assume that he means what he's saying. If he does, not only we, but the human species is in very deep trouble. I'll come back again to global warming. That is a hugely significant phenomenon.
Professor, I used to love reading your column every week, and one thing that is less economic and it's more social that's been happening recently is a discourse, particularly throwing around terms, very, very harsh terms like calling people racist as a sort of a go-to place, particularly for liberals against this administration. We heard it last week, Michael Cohen's testimony in front of Congress. He started out by saying what a racist President Trump is. What would you say about that, particularly with regard to President Trump? Do you consider him to be a racist?
I don't know enough about the man to know what he is, but I would like to see any such accusation accompanied by something that we can test against facts.
Well, you certainly have heard the charge anti-Semitism against him, despite the fact that his daughter is a convert to Judaism, his son-in-law is a Jew, their children are being raised in the Jewish tradition. Kind of hard to make the case, and yet you still hear it.
Well, if people have never heard those things because the media filters out things that go against what they believe, then the charge can stick no matter what the facts may happen to be.
The Trump phenomenon, I was wondering if you could expand a little on that and tell us some of the long-term consequences we will have if Trump is indeed put in office.
If Trump is in office?
Yes, sir.
Well, first we have to ask whether he means what he's saying. I don't know him, I assume that he means what he's saying. If he does, not only we, but the human species is in very deep trouble. I'll come back again to global warming. That is a hugely significant phenomenon. I mean, we're now in a situation where the warming of the planet is proceeding at a level about maybe 100, some claim 1,000 times as high as anything in history that can be checked way back in early, long pre-human history. Nothing remotely like it. Sea level rise is now at a level beyond anything that's gone on for thousands of years. The effects of global warming are already extremely severe. Simply in destruction of species. Species destruction now is at the level of 65 million years ago, when a huge asteroid hit the Earth, ended the age of the dinosaurs. Huge destruction of species. That's what's happening right now, and it's accelerating at the latitude where you and I live, roughly this temperate latitude. We are now moving south 10 meters a day just by the average effect of global warming. Trump in particular. There was a conference in Paris last December, an international conference, which tried to set some policies to prevent the global warming before it destroys us. It made some progress, not anywhere near enough, but the goal was to reach a treaty among the countries of the world where they would commit themselves to these measures, inadequate measures, but at least some. Couldn't be implemented. Very simple reason. The Republican Congress would not accept it. So therefore there was no treaty, just verbal commitments. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Republican majority on the Supreme Court sharply violated precedent to block measures, limited measures to reduce the extensive pollution from coal plants. Well, that's a message to the world, and that message is heard, saying don't bother doing anything because the United States is...
You guys, what are your thoughts on this video? Do you think Noam Chomsky is right about Donald Trump? And I love the answer that Thomas Sowell gave, because before you accuse Donald Trump of anything, you have to make sure that you come with facts. And I love that statement so much. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
Not going to allow it. It's because of the Republican Party. Going back to Trump, he simply says it's not happening, so I'm not going to do anything about it. That's quite apart from other policies he's advocated, some of which are really hair-raising, like what he said about torture. He said, fine, let's torture people. In fact, the kind of torture that's outlawed by international law and became an international scandal, waterboarding, he says that's the least of it. Let's do more. Let's keep all Muslims out of the country. Let's build a wall, or rather, let's get Mexico to build a wall to prevent people from fleeing into the United States. Where are they fleeing from, incidentally? Most of them from Central America, where they're fleeing from the results of our policies, which severely harm Central America. Time to go to the details. And we go through the rest of it. It's pretty frightening. That's why the world is frightened. I mean, long before this, a couple of years before this, the global opinion regarded the United States as the greatest threat to world peace. That's Gallup poll, American-run polls show that the world has regarded the U.S. as the gravest threat to world peace by a large margin, incidentally. The Americans don't know about this because it wasn't reported here, though it should have been.
Now we come to current politics. The bottom line is that President Donald Trump does not have the personal character that we would want our children to imitate, but, save his misguided international trade policies, has turned out to be a good president. Tom?
I think his policies have been, by and large, have been policies that were far better than that of previous Democratic or Republican administrations.
So
I go by the consequences.
Okay.
I mean, he hasn't produced the right rhetoric, but the fact is that unemployment among low-income people, Black, Hispanic included, is at a level that is far lower than it's been in decades. The economy is booming in a way that no one had predicted. People like Paul Krugman was saying that when Trump gets in, the economy is going to tank. No, the economy hit new highs.
All right.
But there are so many people among the intelligentsia, especially, who are absolutely immune to facts. It's as if they took their anti-fact shots every year, and the facts will just not affect them.
So this brings us back. I can understand. I mean, I really can. My understanding is limited, which is why I'm going to put this in the form of a question. I can understand the never-Trumpers who don't bother me with economic boom because this man is on my television screen every single night and I can't stand him. I can understand. I can see that impulse. I can understand what they feel.
This is the second consecutive president of the United States that I automatically turn off when I'm watching on television.
All right. Keep the remote right next to your hand. Okay. Who was the first?
Obama.
Got it.
What are your thoughts on this video? I love Thomas Sowell's answer so much, because as much as we do not want our kids to imitate Donald Trump's character, he was still one of the best presidents in America's record. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.